grew up in a big Catholic family, the eldest of 7 children. My mum and dad did a really great job in handing on the faith to their children. But I worked in the music industry in my late teens, and I sort of got a bit lost and a bit sort of distracted by the things of this world, and I ended up quite far from God. But he sort of called me back.
In my later years of school, I was homeschooled, and during that time I started to take my faith a little more seriously, I think. In my early 20s, I went away on a church camp, and during that time I had a powerful encounter of God's love. And coming back from that retreat, it changed everything. It changed the whole trajectory of my life.
My vocation begins at a very early age, I think at the age of 8, when I was at a Marian shrine of Velankani. It's called the Lutes of the East. So me and my little brother were wandering around, then we came to a statue of Jesus calling the first disciples. It was the word, "Come follow me." I think I could just read, but when I looked up, my eyes met the eyes of Jesus, and I just felt he was calling me then and there. That was, it went straight into the depths of my heart, and I think I have had that calling ever since.
The essence of giving myself wholly to this call is I feel deep within me as a mature man that nothing else satisfies other than being a priest, other than being there for God's people.
At the age of 17, I encountered a lay Catholic, a married man, who was living an intensely apostolic life. This really challenged me, and I was wondering to myself, is this kind of a life possible? And that has really led me to really to discover my own vocation, and I found that the Lord is calling me to be a priest and to serve the Universal Church.
I got some spiritual direction from a local spiritual director, and it was during that relationship that this idea of priesthood came about. At this time I'm 42, 43 years old, and I just disregarded it. I thought, well, I'm too old, I've got too much of a background, too much history. But the idea, it stayed around. So I reached out to the diocese, and it was in that reaching out, that was a sort of beginning of a journey that's led me now sort of 6 or 7 years later to coming into my final year here at the Beda.
In my 20s and my early 30s, I had studied music, I had studied theology. These were 2 great passions of mine. And in some ways, I suppose, looking back, these were both ways, I think, that God spoke to me and that God drew me in. And so after a year in seminary, I then took a break and I went to work for the Diocese of Wollongong. So I worked for the bishop down there for 7 years. And after a considerable break, I then came back to seminary. The Bishop of Wollongong sent me here to Rome, and I found myself here at the Beda.
So this is what I find as unique about my vocation at this point in life. It is that this is the only thing that can satisfy, this is the only thing that can give meaning to my life. And of course, what I will do, God willing, in the future as a priest, will give meaning to people's lives.